So as you know, Black Beacon has, well, deceased. It's done over with. That game is EOSing on December 31st of this year. And honestly, it's not really surprising. Like, if we really take a moment to sit down and look back at everything that's happened with Black Beacon, can we really be surprised that it's EOSing so early? On top of the fact that everyone pretty much is coming to the same conclusion of why it is EOSing, which is just a lack of communication, disrespect towards global, and just overall, it just didn't seem like they could handle what they were trying to do. So going over things piece by piece, let's start out with the rewards issue. So we all remember way back when at the beginning of the game, when Global and CN just got completely different rewards. I mean, they got a whole character selector, while Global did get some things more than CN. Overall, the rewards should have been the same on both versions. There should have never been any differences. And when the issue arose, I said it then. I said, yeah, I see that we got these things more than CN, but CN should have got the same thing and we should have got the same thing. Both versions should not be getting anything different because we are both experiencing the same issues. Furthermore, on Global's end, it was silent when these issues were going on. It took them forever to literally say anything. And they told us, oh yeah, we'll try to be more transparent. There was an issue with the publishers and all the other stuff. But then as time went on, we could see that that was just PRBS. Well, like I just stated, they themselves said they would communicate more and try to be more transparent. When I tell you, it just felt like they still didn't say it. Like, bro, the Black Beacon official pages for Global were always just dead silent and would just post once every blue moon. Hell, it took them forever to even post anything about version 1.1 after all the BS happened with, the reward situation. And talking about version 1.1, honestly, I was disappointed with version 1.1. There is a video of way back when that just never got released, when version 1.1 came out, and I was with my friend and we talked about how disappointing it was. I just didn't release it because I was like, what's the point? And you can already see that there was that negative feeling towards the game already starting to rise, because after the whole shenanigans with the rewards, it already left a bad taste in my mouth. And I really was hoping and thinking that, okay, for version 1.1, they're going to do everything in their power to push out so much content, so much amazing things. And then we got very generic gotcha 1.1 event that's not that impressive, with, very lackluster minigames. The only thing good about version 1.1 was the story, which is their strongest point, was story. And then on top of that, they just never did two of the things that people kept asking for, that were the two biggest acts that you could probably figure out without me telling you, but it is a PC client, a proper PC client, because the one that was attached to Google Play Games that they said they would make better than everything else, still garbage. And then controller support, two of the biggest things that people ask for. And that's not even touching the bugs that plague the game consistently over and over again, because all games have bugs. So I'll look past the bugs. But literally, when you have so many people asking for two things, controller support and a PC client, and you just never did it, it's kind of crazy, because that was just the main two acts that I literally always saw, no matter what point in the game it was. It is what it is on that front, man. They just didn't listen. When you don't listen to your player base, bad things happen. You can't expect people to be happy with the direction of the game when you just ignore them when man, so many people, everybody said the same shit on that one. But then on top of that, it just always felt like Global was just an afterthought, and then the mainland version was the love child. It just is what it is. And I'm not mad at them for, loving the mainland version. I would just like some respect put on the name of Global, honestly, because you're just blatantly being disrespectful towards Global in favor of the mainland version. If that's how you're going to be, fine. I'm one who believes if you have plans on releasing a game for, everybody, instead of doing a mainland release and then doing a global release, do it all at once so everybody can experience the game at the same time, get the same vibes and everything else, so the communities can be together and experience everything. But in their case, they released the game at the same time overall, and then still treated CN with more respect than global. Like, if this was what y'all was gonna do, y'all could have just kept it as a CN exclusive game and not even thought about global, in all honesty, because if you're gonna treat me like shit, then don't even treat me at all. Because CN got consistent information, consistent updates, consistent communication. Global was a fucking desert. And the only time I would hear about upcoming things was when someone went to a CN information source and then brought it to Global. Because again, they would constantly give out information and news to CN while Global sat there and twiddled their thumbs. Now you can blame the publisher or anything else. I don't care who's at fault. All I care about is what happened at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, a game with a lot of potential was wasted yet again. Because Black Beacon had one of the best stories. Black Beacon had good combat. But none of that meant shit when The game is just mishandled and mistreated. And by the way, as of right now, the CN version isn't EOSing, it's just global. Will it EOS shortly after? Don't know. But they'll probably let CN know real quick and real fast. Maybe if they just close down the global version and the CN version does really good and they can just focus on that, maybe they'll relaunch global. But honestly, I doubt that would be a good idea at this point, because the internet never really forgets. And if they do something like that, there are gonna be a lot of people who let it be known that, hey, these motherfuckers abandoned us and now they're just trying to go again. Remember what they did in the past to us? Fool me once, shame on you, but fool me twice, shame on me. If I've been fooled, I ain't gonna be fooled again. But as of right now, it's very apparent and very obvious. Black Beacon bit off more than they can chew. It's not really surprising that the revenue was always low because of the bad taste they left in Global's mouth, and then, you know, they made promises that honestly were never kept. Not to mention, they just kept rerunning the same characters over and over and over again. So, like, what were there to even spend money on, like, at that point? But it is what it is, man. They did it to themselves, so I really don't feel too bad about the situation. I just feel bad for the players who loved the game. I checked out a while ago because I just wasn't vibing with it anymore after all the BS and promises that weren't kept, because I pay attention to shit. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I will see you in the next one, whatever form that may take. Love you guys, and bye-bye.